Okay. Hello. So I just realized, let me just make sure everything's running. I realized I was on the wrong monitor. So hello everybody. Okay. Hello. Okay. So I just realized, let me yeah, so how's everybody been? I'm just, as I start babbling here, I just made this thumbnail, as you can see right here. I know these are like two different screens, like right over there is like the other screen, but I wanted to just show something of just like, I don't know, my hand. But I've been just drawing lately, and I just felt like getting in the mood of just, hold on, streaming, and since I was drawing, I'm like, well, let's go do that. But I'm trying to get music for the background. Okay, well, the music I guess I'm not going to do right now, just because I cannot find the playlist that I used to have that was non-copyrighted. But yeah, so basically I drew this picture before. It's not I'm not like, there's no bragging rights about it. I like it, but it's not like something amazing. So this is supposed to be Lincoln Clay from the Mafia 3 game, and I was basing it off this picture. I mean, it's not that bad, but what I was messing with is like how there's these shading spots right here, like, cause when I first drew this, I actually did have this over top of it, and it just looked weird. So then I turned that off, and I'm like, well, that looks actually pretty nice. So then I was just sitting, and I was just doodling this dude right here. He's a little gangster guy, and I thought I would just finish a stream while I'm drawing him. I actually think it's turning out better than I expected, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting this to be that great, so I'm just gonna do the hair up in this hat right here. Yeah, basically I've just been in like a drawing mood recently, so I thought, what the heck, why not make a stream about it and everything. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong layer here. I was like wondering why it was. Okay, there we go. I need to go back on this layer. So yeah, basically Call of Duty beta returns again this weekend, so I'm gonna be posting that soon. Yeah, and I just want to show this, like, this is everything without any of those extra layers on it, and you put those on, and it really just gives like everything like a good look to it. So yeah, basically what I'm doing here, I'm just gonna real quick, is I have a gray background, but I have another gray in here, so it goes, like, if I would do that, this is actually just a tiny bit lighter than this. But basically what it is, it's all grayscaled. So what happens is I put lighter parts in certain areas, then I get like the little blending tool, and then I make it a little bit smaller, and then I use it with the other gray that I have here, so that it gives like these softer shadows, as you can see, which I actually forgot to do it up here. I'm on the wrong layer, so I mean, yeah, I just forgot to do it up here, so I'm gonna actually do that. I don't know, I like how they turn out, like with the like soft looking shadows. It's kind of nice. So it gives it like this nice effect, and I like it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing it. And it looks nice. It's like, it's not like a drawing type of style. It looks more like paint, just like this one kind of does. But yeah, there's things I could work on, like, without making his neck so, like, I guess, what's it called? What's the word? Without making it look like it's, like, going this way. Like that. It kind of seems like it's going that way too much. But this isn't what we're doing right now, which actually, like, just taking different glances at it, I kind of do like it. And it looks nice, and it looks better. Because actually, it started with this. I just was trying to paint with actual stuff. But I made this one last night. Right here. Which was supposed to be Vito from Mafia 3. Which, again, it doesn't look that bad, but I used a different, tool to actually do all these. So, I mean, I could kind of make it a little bit softer. Like, these are harder shadows. Like, that's the only word I could, like, describe these with. It's like, these are a harder type of shadow. So, I mean, I could go on and try and fix that. But, I'm not. I'm just getting off of what I'm doing right now. So basically what I'm trying to do with this guy. So I made this hand. I was using a reference like a squared up hand. But what I did is I covered it up with this red line, because this red one's the one that I'm gonna follow. So basically, what I did underneath was make this square right here, like that, and then I just covered up with the red line right there, so I can actually, which, I don't know, I think this looks good enough for what I was trying to do, so I'm just gonna finish it off. Basically, I'm gonna do this part next, like the shirt area, then the pants, and then the feet. So with the pants, I'm gonna go with probably a gray, and then this I'm gonna make like I'm gonna make this, oh, what's the word? A jean like type of color. This part white, like a really faded white. And that under there will be a skin. And then right here, I'm gonna trace this with a yellow airbrush. I'm gonna make it like a little, like a chain. But yeah, so basically this first layer is just my base. Like this is how it started right here. And then I just go and fill it. And actually, when he's like black and white like this, it kind of looks like David Ortiz, which I was gonna make him David Ortiz, but then I'm like, well, I mean, I still could. Maybe I could do that later. But I am going to add a layer down here underneath the head, and I'm going to turn off all the colors. I'm going to pick the lighter color right here, get this brush, and we're just going to like basically lighten up this arm right here. Basically any areas like this, like I said, is supposed to be shiny. So let's try and just map it out for when we do this. See, the problem that I'm having with this is I need to actually make the lines that go right through the middle a little bit thinner, so then that way I can actually make out what it is. I think that's good. So basically what that would do is it will lighten up the gold. Let's go over here, and we're gonna get it on this shoulder too, just a little bit of light. And then the fingers, so I'm trying to make the light like come from this direction right here, so it's looking down on him. The reason why I just lit this one up right there is because there's like his shoulders kind of behind him a little bit. Just trying to point that out. I don't know. I mean, you can do rim lighting too, which sometimes looks amazing, sometimes I don't like it. But yeah, I'm gonna get it on the fingers right here. And just try and stay within these lines as much as I can, because even though they're going to be gone by the end, I think it would be nice to just keep it a little bit neat. So down here we'll get like right here I'll get like the darker tone. Let's just finish what we're doing. So we're going to use this other brush now for our darker colors, because we're right here. Let's make that smaller. And we're going to fill it in right here. And we're also going to bring like it down. And also underneath the chain right here, we'll do the same thing, just because we're just trying to emphasize that this is actually a three-dimensional like thing right here. And also we want to do it behind or underneath the neck, and even this part right there, so that it's completely covered. And already it kind of does. I mean, actually, I'm gonna do the legs as well right here, because it's still a body. And we're gonna color underneath his thumb, and same thing with underneath the shirt right here. Also, I want to kind of get the underside of his arm. And we'll also get like underneath the palm of his hand, just so that we can point that out. That's the bottom of his hand. Now also we'll put this line in, because remember, these lines aren't going to be here. So we're going to have that, and we're going to pull down underneath the legs like he peed himself. Now we can also bring some down right here. Because this is all the way at the bottom of them, so I mean, it's gonna be a little bit darker, and I'll actually have to do something different since this is a full body. I'll put like a little shadow like from here to here, which could actually look nice. And we'll also get it like underneath the shoes, because like the pants are like hanging over the shoes. So yeah, I just like to do this sometimes, just keep clicking it, looking at areas that I can improve on, but I think we're good. I can always go back in the end. So let's get the color up here. And first things first, I'm going to just select this color so I can just get it underneath the neck so I don't forget about it. Oh wait, also have to put this layer on an overlay so it actually will do something underneath it. I was just about to like just start painting and everything, and Now, one thing I did realize. I'll have to fix that. Is I made the chain, but I'm gonna have to like edit that a little bit. But let's just get like, let's get a, we'll get like a gold. And I'm just gonna follow this line right here. Okay, that looks good. And we'll pull it up and through. That looks good. Now we also want to pull it this way to his neck. And actually on this side, we are going to stop it right here because it goes underneath the shirt. Now we need to get like a grayish blue. That works. And we need to fill it in here, in these areas. So now, I mean, usually when I use these painting or drawing apps on my computer, I usually just like to use the paint bucket, but there's just something about this that I just like to just slowly paint it in. I mean, I don't know. I just realized something. Poop. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully I can go back, and I can't. I did that on the wrong layer. I was just about to say, like, I wasn't noticing the effect of the shading, and yeah. So I'm gonna fix that. So I need to fix this layer right here. And let's also just fix that part of the chain that we were talking about. And also this part right here, because again, this was supposed to be shaded. I was gonna say, it didn't look any different. Good thing I caught myself early enough. Just make that a little bit smaller so we can get in here and actually fix this out a little bit. Actually, did I do that? No, see, I need to put a line of this color right here in. Actually, nope, never mind. I did it again. I'm on the wrong layer. See, this is why sometimes I hate working with layers. Sometimes I love them, and then sometimes it's just like, because you always forget. Okay. So let's try to do this all over again. Oh my gosh. Such a noob at this. Okay, now we also want to fill that in, and then we're going to do the hand. I'm just going to get the general bases of the fingers, and we can see what this looks like without these construction lines. So yeah, basically you just need to kind of go out to those shading lines right there. This finger's a little bent, just a little far, but it's okay. And then right here, we're gonna have like the white of like a sleeve underneath. Before I do that, I need to fill this part in. Yeah, just a little bit smaller. Let's actually fix this as well. Just get as much as we can done. See, I like the look of that painted effect. Like, I mean, it's like a cartoon drawing, but also with a whole like other aspect to it. So over here, I'm gonna make this like a different color, not completely white. And what I also realized that I didn't do is I didn't actually blend these, so I'm going to blend them right here. Because like I said, it creates like a soft looking shadow. It's not like intense or anything, but you can still see what it's doing. I'm actually not going to do it on this part right here because I'll probably end up doing that right there. I'm getting rid of the detail. But on these parts, I'm going to do it right here. Like that. And then we're going to do it on the inside part as well. Just like that. And then over here, so when you use these blending tools like this, even in like a real life situation, you want to just like use a circular motion, and you don't want like the edge of it to be so large, because then it can kind of diminish the whole thing that you have. So what the circular motion does is, if I start here and pull here, it's going to pull more of this mid-tone gray. But if I start here, it's going to pull more of this dark gray. Like it's kind of almost barely visible, but you can see how it actually does do it a little bit differently. So when you use a bigger brush, it's going to really like eliminate the majority of the stuff. Like it's gonna get rid of the line faster, but you just want to use it just enough so you still have your line, but you don't want to get rid of it. And you'll know if you do too much or if you don't do enough. You don't even have to do it at like all. I just like to do it because I like the soft look to it. It kind of makes it more like a painting. Like I said, I did it right here with the grass. I did it with these parts right here. If you pull, well, actually, again, the layers. If you pull up and stuff, you can see. Also did it in these layers right here. But yeah, I really like the look that it gives it. It gives it like a soft paint type of look, so you just smooth it out. And you can use these as your detail lines too, because basically any detail lines that you see in a real person's face, I can actually use this as an example, like this right here. Basically these details you're seeing are just shadows. Like in a real world situation, you're not going to have, like right here, you're not going to have a black line coming through. Because as you can see, there's really actually no lines around his head. And the only difference that you're seeing is a different color here and a different color here. Or like down here, like if you're going to do line art, you're going to just draw lines all around it. But if you're going to do what I'm doing right now, you're going to get rid of your lines. But this line's just generated because there's a shadow there. So actually what I should have done, which I probably will go back, and make a darker line right there. Which I'll actually do that later. But basically right now this would be realistic slash cartoonish. I mean, his face is cartoonish, but it's realistic in the sense that there's no really lines around it. Now, like, I like to do like vector type pictures, so I did this one right here. It takes a while to load because it's a bigger image. I did this. Yeah, you can see it lagging. This is of, if I turn this off, the Captain America event, Infinity War poster. And then what I did is I started with the like outlining everything. This part takes a while. This is actually fun to do. Then like shading, as you can see, which I can actually, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna use this tool right here, and I'm gonna smooth these out. Actually get a gray in there as well. And I'm gonna darken it. And then I did the shadow, so you can see, actually that looks cool right there on the real picture. Then I did my coloring layer, and then I put a different background in, which I could have kept the normal background, but the thing that I did was I actually, like if you look on the normal picture, the Marvel Studios and the April 27th, those are actually still there, but with the colors I covered it up. So that's why I put this background in. But yeah, you can use these same things on that. I could have gotten rid of the lines on there, which I want to after trying this style out. But I think we are good on that. Oh, actually the fingers. And you want to make sure you have your color layer turned off, because you want to mix the grays. Just want to mix these colors right here. I think, yeah, I already did that. So I turn that back on. Now this part right here, I want to actually extend out a little bit more. And if we get, like, I know, like, if you look at your hand, like, if I put my hand right here, you can see there's, like, this M, like, right here. You can kind of see that. That's, like, the first part that I always look at in, like, a hand. You can see, like, the pads of my finger, like, right here. Like, the calluses and everything. So I always just look at this main M right there. Because it's like how your, like if I crease my hand, it's like how your hand creases up. Which, the one thing that I should use more is looking at like the way my hand looks. So then I can like base it off of like how I can get things like drawing down. So then up here we can just do these little things. And then again, we're going to go back. I did not mean to rotate that. And we're just going to smooth it out. These ones, they don't need to be that noticeable. So it is fine to use a good large brush. So then if I turn that back on, you can see it, barely notice it. We can also get the little creases of the fingers. Just like that. And that looks nice. I mean, I still wish I didn't go off to the side like that, but I was trying to get like a cartoony twist on it. Like this one, it doesn't look bad with the lines or without the lines, which I like that. So if I want the lines on, I can put the lines on if I want them off. So let's go back to our drawing layer. Get this color here. I wish this brush didn't start. Oh. I wish this brush didn't start off. It's such a freaking ginormous, like, I don't know what the heck it's called. Like, a big brush. Now I need to get this in here for his hand. There's a pocket right there, so that's what's going on here. Okay, I need to make a bold line. This one's gonna have to be a lot darker than the other ones. So we're just gonna go over here, drag it down, and we're gonna just get this brush again. And this one we're not really gonna fade. Oh. Actually, we will a little bit because it's a little bit darker than I expected. And there we are. Really actually coming together. So basically, this one I was playing Call of Duty before, and in between each loading game and everything, I made this, and I was like, it turned out. I have to say, I am really proud of this one. And this is actually, I really do like this actually. This one looks pretty good. It was such a random idea that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay, make sure we're on that layer below, and we're on the wrong tool. I have to shrink this again. I like the airbrush tool because it's like, there's parts that it can just fade out and it looks fine. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm gonna bring that there. I'm gonna get rid of these lines right here. And I'm gonna follow these. This is a gold chain, because I'm basically making this guy like a gangster type of dude, like a friendly gangster. We're not like making some like drug lord gangster or anything. Just a friendly neighborhood. Oh no. This is the poser type of gangster. You know, the guy that thinks he's a gangster, but he's not. He walks down the street with his swagger, but he really looks like a dweeb. Basically like when everybody's like 13 and they think they're so cool. Okay, now we can actually, we need to fill this in right here so he's not looking like he's disconnected or anything. And see, I like how subtle this is. Like, you can see that his arm's meeting. Like, I might make it a little bit darker, but I like how you can still notice it. Now, the thing I realized, like, if you use a really white, you're not going to see that transition of, like, the darker and the lighter, which I might actually just make this a little bit darker so you can actually see that. I don't know why I'm not seeing it right now. We're actually gonna get like a cream type color because the shirt's like dirty. And this actually is supposed to come over a little bit. I think that looks good. Okay, just fill in some of this here. I see someone's watching right now, so you know I have to go under pressure. What's up? How have you been lately? Just fill this up. I'm gonna have to get like a smaller brush in here. Try and get this to look a little bit better so we can actually match everything up. And that person left. Probably scared him away. Okay, not looking too bad actually. So I mean, that camera up where my hand is right here, pretty useless. I mean, because it's just showing the same thing. I could have actually made this in a larger area and just made that the like normal screen, but it would have, my hand would have kept getting in the way and it just wouldn't have looked as nice, because now you can see both. I just wanted to put my hand up there because you can see like what kind of different strokes I'm taking so that you can actually tell if you want to follow along. It's gonna be a little complicated to try and get right in here. Yeah, so I've been playing Mafia 3 since it just came out free on PlayStation just yesterday. So basically, what's basically inspiring this idea, just because it's like stuck in my head. No, I'm gonna need to bring this up. Just right up to there, because it goes underneath the shirt. Just see what it looks like. Actually, I actually really like this. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Like, sometimes in my head, I bully myself just a little too much, because I critique my work just a little bit. Like I can get it over here. I made this right here. Let me turn on the light. I made this Captain America statue out of clay. I mean, it doesn't look that amazing, but I think just looking at it, I've kind of picked on myself a little too much. I mean, it was basically the first time I ever made anything with clay, so I think I should be a little, like, I don't know what the word is, like, I shouldn't critique my work that much. But yeah, if you're new, like, just doing any type of artwork, just try to have fun with it. Don't really make it like a chore or anything. Just have fun, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like labor or anything. It's just supposed to be fun. I mean, that's why they always tell you just do a job that you're gonna have fun in and that you enjoy, because if you don't, it's just gonna become a chore and it's not gonna be fun. And especially with a job, because you're gonna do that for the rest of your life. So, like, for me, I like woodworking type of stuff, so that's what I'm gonna do when I'm older. I find it fun, I find it interesting, and basically that's what you have to do. Just if you're good at art and you really enjoy it and you don't slave yourself over it, then there's your career right there. I mean, I like to do these little drawing things just because it's fun, passes time. I mean, even though I don't really want to pass that much time, but I'm just saying, like, you can really just have fun with it. But I'm actually gonna make this just a tiny bit darker right here. Oh, wrong layer again. Actually, that looks good. Now, actually, what I want to do is I want to just get this right here. Just like that. And now I'm going to go back to my little blending Q-tip, because that's what it looks like right here over in like their little preview. Which actually is a good idea. I like, because I was just painting like a little thing on like a canvas and everything, and I was like trying to figure out, I'm like, I just dipped this brush into something and I don't want to go run back to my faucet and then go rinse it under water again and then clean it off and everything. So then I'm just thinking about using like a Q-tip like that. That's actually a smart idea, because basically this program, it treats everything like real, like it's treating this as like real paint. So, and I really wish there was more programs like that. I mean, like, the problem with me in painting, I don't like going on a canvas and then messing up. I know you can't mess up on painting because you can just paint right over it, but I'm saying, like, the fact of, like, I don't want to start and waste the paint and then I run out of paint, and then that's the problem I have. That's why I think, personally myself, I'm more of a digital type artist. Like, using that clay, like, I don't really want to run out of clay. And what's up, Jamie? That's why I think, like, these softwares like this, these, like, programs and stuff, they're awesome because you don't have to worry about running out of all your, like, equipment, and I can use infinite amount of colors. Don't have to worry if I don't have the crayons or not, or crayons, I don't know why I said crayons, but any type of, like, coloring material. But enough rambling. I'm going to give this guy some pants. Actually, I'm going to bring this wrong there again. I'm going to bring this down right here, just a little bit. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. It's too small. And that's also the other thing, like, you can adjust the size of your like, your tools here, your pencils, your pens, and everything like that. So then it makes it a little bit easier for you, so you don't, like, buy different. And why is this color not matching? Let me just get that color right there. Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is, like, if you can get the chance to get, like, a digital type of art studio type thing, the software's free. It's called Krita. But I'm saying, like, a drawing tablet, or even just one of those drawing pads, which is actually where everybody basically starts off on the computer, where you look up, like, you wouldn't have this screen right here. You would look up at your monitor and draw that way, which I had one. Funny story is, since I said last video that I am homeschooled, they give one out since you have to, like, write on the board and everything. And they give them out free. So I used it a few times for school, but I used it mainly more for drawing my own things, and it was actually a really good place to start. And then after I started using it, I'm like, I like drawing on my computer. So last summer I bought this, actually, and I think it's actually gone down in price. I'm just gonna take a quick check, because when I got it, it was like, I think $250, because it was normally on sale, or it was normally $400. Oh yeah, it dropped a lot. So this specific version was normally $400, and when I got it, it was on sale like $150. But now you can get this exact version that I'm using right here for $180, which is actually not bad. Like, because when I bought this, it was like, you're basically saving $52 right here. So if you want to go pick one of these up, Tedworth, if you want to pick one of these up, it's actually not as expensive as it used to be. So yeah, I got it as, like, I got it with my birthday money last year, and I've just enjoyed using it ever since. So now the problem is, okay, I'm trying to think, what colored pants do people wear? Like, I don't want to give them, like, the same jean color, but I want to have it, like, a little bit of a hint of blue. Or we could go with, like, a dark. How will this show up? I think that's gonna work. Okay. let's just color this in. Stay kind of in the lines. Oh, thank you, Carlos. Yeah. Just making a little doodle here of a little gangster type character. Almost like the way I'm making him is like a little poser type guy. Thank you for sub. Thank you. That means we are now at 80. Is that correct? Because if so, that's actually only 20 more until 100. Yeah, look at that. Thanks a lot. Let's just continue filling this in, and I kind of picked the wrong color right there. Got a little too excited. Finish filling this in. Because this is almost like the last part, because then after this we just have to do the shoes, and then that's it. But yeah, like I was saying, if you want to pick one of these things up, only $198 on Amazon now. And comparing it to other tablets like the Wacom, that is actually a good price. I know, even like it sounds like a hard price, but I mean, believe me, because like I said, I wasted not wasted, but I spent $250 on this, and I wish I would have waited. I mean, would have been smart to wait, because in that way I would have saved $52. But yeah, if you're a beginner and want to get into all this, like I said, it's a good place to start. You could even get one of those normal tablets like that and start on that, because like I said, that's what I started on. And I'm not like a pro, but I just feel that it's just something enjoyable to do, especially on like a device. Like if you have an iPad, you can definitely do it on there, because the programs that the Apple has, they have some good art programs, especially painting ones, so you could mimic stuff like this and put it on the iPad, or yeah, make it on the iPad. But I'm going to give this dude blue shoes down here, like his hat, because blue is just so nice looking. I don't know what the deal, it's just like a blue. So let's just see. I really don't know what to say when I'm coloring these things in. It's just like I'm sitting here just coloring, focusing. I could give this guy like different colored shoes, but I think just keep him as he is. Actually, we can't go down that far. See, like I was thinking, like that whole like era of like the hip hop skater shoes like these, it's really like gone away recently. Like, I mean, I don't know, like when I was like younger, like everybody always like wanted to be like this guy, like right here, dressed like this and everything, and it's really gone away nowadays. And I don't know, kids today, they're just different. I mean, I remember like when I was really young, everybody always wanted what are they called? Wheelies. The shoes. There were shoes that had like little wheels underneath, like right there, and you would just lean back, and then you would just like you would run and then lean back. Those things, I never actually got a pair, and I really want. Like they still make them, so maybe someday I'll get them. But I always thought they were like the coolest things. And I remember like then when I got in like elementary school, or well yeah, cause like when I wasn't homeschooled, I remember like when I was in 2nd grade, all the older kids, they all had them, and then they would ride down the halls with their shoes, and it was like so cool. And then of course, you know, the teachers have to yell at them, cause you know, teachers are mean. Yeah, let's just try and get as much of this done as possible. Alright, I definitely am planning on finishing this in the stream. So, if you want to see the finished product, then just stay. Or you can just be like most people and just go to the end of the video. I know people, they just skip to the end. Now what is that right there? Oh, okay. For some reason before I couldn't like just get rid of it. Yeah, like I remember like even skateboarding, like that was like a huge thing when I was younger. And now not as many people like it. Like, don't get me wrong, there's still a huge skateboarding community, and I'm part of it. But yeah, like I remember when I was like in 3rd grade, my cousin had a Tony Hawk game for the GameCube, but I recently back then figured out that you could play GameCube games on the Wii. So then I asked him if I could have it, and he's like, whatever. So then I started playing that, and that basically got me in the whole skateboarding thing. Which is probably the story for a lot of people that are into skateboarding, is Tony Hawk games. Which, I mean, yeah, I could have just gotten a Tony Hawk game for the Wii, but you know, I'm just too complicated for that. But yeah, I feel like there should be more shading down on the legs. Or the feet. So I'm just gonna do that. Let's just erase that right there. What's up? Thank you. Honestly, I'm just like excited if someone says this looks good, because, you know, I'm a little insecure sometimes. But yeah, just basically talking about how this whole like style of what I'm drawing here has gone away in the past couple years, but I was just basically making this as like a, like what's the word? I just try and like reminisce on the old days, cause you know, so old. But actually, I have to say, it does look like it's done, and that's actually probably the final product right there. So yeah, I think maybe what we can do. Oh, actually no, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a background for this. I'm gonna just make how can I do this? Should I do like a city background, or maybe, I don't know, I think that I think that might look good, like just like buildings back here, on like a horizon. I'm gonna actually try that. So I wish this app had like folders so that I can put all these body parts, like all these in here. But actually, one last thing. Thank you, Notorious. Really does mean a lot. I mean, I'm just making this stream just talk and everything. And I'm on the wrong layer yet again. You know, you think if you use this app for a while, you actually know what you're doing. So I'm just gonna finish this part, just do it pretty fast. And we'll go into this background layer right here. I'm gonna hide everything above it. And we're gonna get our little airbrush tool. And I'm just gonna like draw a line across. If I could actually use a color that you're gonna see, we're gonna draw a line across. And then draw like some three-dimensional shaped buildings. I think if I can actually manage to do this. I think like if we have like a nice city like background, just to like add to the whole. I think that like I wanted to make it on like kind of a curve. Don't know how well that went, but I think that if I get like a nice orange, like if I get a reddish orange, like a scarlet color, like a fiery red, yeah, there it is. And we just lightly just go across, like right here. I think in contrast of everything else, it would look a little nice, and we can just blend this together. Which I just covered up my buildings, but I mean, I didn't like them. And then we can get like I might want to get like a little bit of a blue in here. Actually, that might just be too much of like it. Like I like the fiery background. Kind of looks good. And then we're just gonna get like this ginormous. Okay, no, that was too much. I just made it like. Let's slowly ease it into each other. Just blend these together right here. Just so you don't get like these hard lines in between. So it makes it like a nice skyline. I actually like that. Maybe we just get like that shape on. You can actually see what it would look like. So then these buildings that I failed before on, I think we can just get in here. On like this, like these curved. Just like that. That's what I was looking for before. And we can have this one tall one right in here. Or maybe even like a nuclear type thing. And we can get like green smoke coming out of it. Just like that. And actually pull this. Yeah. Crap, we can't do that. Get like a little bit of a yellowish tint in there. And get the blending, blend that together. And then go back to our brush here, go back to our gray color. Almost basically copy the other side over here. And then for the ground, you know, I just want to see what this looks like real quick. Yeah, I don't know what color to actually color these buildings in with, but yeah, that actually looks pretty clean. Again, I just drew those on the wrong layer again. You know, so amazing at this kind of stuff. I think we're just gonna go in with a darker. Let's just color it up in. Actually, on like the front side, we'll make it darker. Like on these sides of the building, because these are the sides that we're looking at, or like the light's not shining on. And then like this side right here and the top, like this side, I'll just go up a little bit. I'll do it over here so you can see. So it's going to be like a little bit brighter, because like the sun or the sky or whatever is going to be shining on it. I'm going to try and do this as fast as I can. Should just try and use a little bit of a bigger brush. And then the roof, I'm going to go even brighter. Just like that. Oh. Let me just quickly save that. And now this thing right here, this little nuke type of thing, I'm just gonna make it like darker. I don't know why I put this thing in it. I kind of liked having the contrast of like the green, because the green kind of like really like, I don't know, it looks nice. I really do like this. Like, I don't know, I feel like I just went to town on this thing and it just worked out. So then this side right here is going to be the brighter side. Just like that. I've already been going for an hour and 10 minutes. And I'm just trying like get through this. Now then again, we're gonna get this right there. This is like the faster way of just quick shading, just using two different colors and then putting them together like this. Isn't the way I would prefer for characters, but you can always use them. Now we're gonna get like an even darker tone, and we're just gonna draw these windows in. And maybe like little roof things up here. Just basically use your imagination. Create what you think is going to look nice, because just like Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes, just happy accidents. And especially with a program like this, you can always go back. So if you don't like something, just go back. But I feel like it does limit your progression in artwork, but you can always do it if you want. Like, it's really a bold thing to do, is just sketch with a pen, like on a piece of paper. And I actually just did it the other day, and it like, I don't know what it is, it's so like, it's so liberating that you just get this confidence when you're drawing, and it's like, it's crazy. Because after I drew another like Captain America thing, and after I drew it, it was just like, I felt like I could just draw anything. But then the next thing I drew just sucked. but then drawing something like this today, it really gives you like a confidence booster. Like, I feel like I didn't make as many mistakes as I normally would, because I feel like I've gotten muscle memory. And yeah, I've been drawing for a while, but I've always looked at myself as like average type of drawer, but today I feel like extraordinary. I mean, yeah, there's obviously things I could have done better, but I just feel proud of what I've done today. So, and that's the best thing about like artwork, is once you feel good about it, then the limitations are just endless. So then you can just do whatever you want. Draw your imagination. I actually want to make these just a tiny bit darker, because I feel like they're just too light. I just can't believe it's taken me this long already. You can obviously hear in like my voice that like it's dead. Okay, now for the foreground, what do we want to do? Let's see, do we want to like make like a road like this? this can be like a sidewalk over here. I really want to make these like lines rounded if we're going to do that. Whatever art class I have this year, I'm going to just submit this. So then on this, I'm just going to use the bucket. And I can't. Wonderful. Okay, there we go. And then this over here is going to be a lighter gray. And we just need to get a line there and right there. So we can fill these in. And then just basically patch this up. Just clean this up right here. Because basically you want to remember that you don't want your background to take away from your main focus, which is the picture. So I want yellow now because I just want to make the street lines right here, and then let's put him back in. Now I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna also make another 2, because what I want to do is I want to merge everything here. Actually, okay. Sometimes it can ruin the picture, so I just wanted to make sure it didn't. Okay, so then we can just do this. So we can make them in one, stand them right here, maybe edit them just a little bit, center them, there we go. We got our dude in here, and then we can save this as a JPEG. It doesn't really matter. And there we go. Now I can go over to my YouTube. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to actually sign it. Okay, there we go. Just like that. And now we can save it. And yeah. And let me go to the thumbnail. And the thumbnail should have changed. Maybe. Just keep reloading the page. Thumbnail updated. Well, I guess it will change later. So yeah, oh, there it goes, it changed. Thank you, I guess, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you actually learned maybe something from this, about like different styles of painting in your programs. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. Just stay creative with stuff like this and just keep trying and trying. Because one day you'll get it, and it might not be today, but it will be tomorrow. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, that's all I have time for. I should actually finish this one, but I'm going to do that later. But yeah, see you later, and catch you in another stream. Goodbye. And I'm looking at the wrong mouse.